And ladies, time has expired. Mr. Steube.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Director, for being here today. The chairman started out the hearing by talking about Russian influence in the 2016 election. When we had Bob Mueller before this committee, I asked him specifically when he was sitting in that chair before this committee, did they have any evidence that a single person actually changed their vote due to Russian interference in the 2016 election? He testified under oath that that wasn't under his purview and that somebody else or another group or other investigators were investigating that. Can you confirm that that is being investigated or that's not being investigated within the FBI, whether somebody actually changed their votes due to Russian interference in the 2016 election? Mr. Mueller had stated that that wasn't within his purview, but somebody else was investigating it.
Right. Well, I think to the extent that we have ongoing investigations into Russian malign foreign influence efforts, it is conceivable that that kind of investigation would detect if somebody had changed their vote. But I don't know that I would describe us as conducting an investigation into individual voters' decisions.
So there's no evidence then before this committee or the American people that a single American voter changed their vote due to ads that Russia was putting on Facebook or Russian interference in the 2016 election?
I'm not aware of any intelligence community assessment or investigation specifically into, beyond what's already been done and reported on about the 2016 presidential election.
Okay, let's move to the Horowitz report. The FBI's decision to defensively brief then candidate Hillary Clinton, but failure to brief then candidate Donald Trump is a blatant example of the FBI's disparate treatment of the two campaigns and clear bias. There's a reason the IG stated the FBI, quote, fell far short of the scrupulous accuracy that is required. On that note, there were clear issues with the Carter Page FISA application. 51 factual assertions related to the application and renewals either did not have supporting documentation, or the supporting document didn't state the fact, or the supporting document showed the factual assertion is inaccurate. There were 17 separate inaccuracies or wrongful omissions in the 4 FISA applications, including 7 repeated in all and 10 that did not occur in the original application but occurred in 3 renewal applications. The FBI omitted evidence cutting against probable cause. For example, Carter Page stating that he had nothing to do with Paul Manafort, and George Papadopoulos denials that the Trump campaign was collaborating with Russia or WikiLeaks or otherwise involved in the DNC server hack. Additionally, the FBI failed to disclose Bruce Orr's information that Steele's reporting was going directly to the Clinton campaign. The FBI overstated Christopher Steele's previous work with the FBI. The FBI was less than fully candid about Christopher Steele sharing information leading to Yahoo's September 2016 article. The FBI did not disclose the lack of reliability of Steele's subsource. FBI personnel apparently avoided using the Woods file re-verification system for FISA applications. The FBI knew Carter Page was a U.S. intelligence asset who had assisted in cases involving Russian intelligence, but hid that fact from DOJ during development of the FISA application. So my question to you is, and I think a lot of the American people would like to know the answer to this question, are all the individuals and agents and supervisors that were involved in all of these abuses that I just annotated that were in this Horowitz report, are all of them no longer working at the FBI? Have they resigned or fired or been removed from their position?
At the more senior levels of the FBI, the people involved, I think in every respect that I can think of, are gone from the FBI. And of course, there is an ongoing investigation by Mr. Durham with which we're actively cooperating and fully cooperating, I might add. As to the current employees, there are more, what I would call more line-level employees who were involved in some of the events in the report. All of those employees, anybody who still remains at the FBI, and again, they tend to be more line-level people, were referred to our Office of Professional Responsibility, which is our disciplinary arm, which is the standard process. After there's been fact-binding by the Inspector General, and the facts go to our disciplinary arm, and by longstanding process, that's how we handle discipline about those people. We have erred on the side of inclusion when we did that. So what I mean by that is there are some people in the report who are literally named like once or twice, and it's not really clear they're even named in a way that's problematic. But we've gone ahead and just figured better safe than sorry, and we've sent all those names to the Office of Professional Responsibility. We will follow that process, and I have made very clear that if that process results in recommendations of discipline, then we're going to impose discipline, and we're going to hold people accountable.
Just a quick follow-up, if I could, Mr. Chairman. What's the time frame on that?
I can't give you a projected time frame exactly. It may depend. It's probably not all going to happen at one time. Some people will take longer than others.
Thank you.
Time of the gentleman has expired.